Hello. Yeah, how are you? I heard that you about to make it and you know final year right now. Heard that you about to cross the damn finishing line. Just wanna say congratulations. It was not easy for sure. A lot of people dropped out along the way. Some that were defunded, they had to drop out. But you are still here. You are about to cross the damn finishing line. You gotta thank God for that. You gotta thank yourself for that. Do you even celebrate whenever you achieve some things? Even though those things are just small things, you gotta celebrate that. I'm sure you're just waiting for graduation so that you can celebrate now. Even when you get those marks, celebrate. Make yourself feel happy though. Appreciate yourself, your hard work. But you know what? All the best with the professional field. You are going to make it. Nothing is gonna stop you. God bless you. The profession that y'all are going for is the best. The mother of all professions. You about to become a pedagogical practitioner. Damn. You know what? Since most people don't celebrate whenever they achieve some things, let's celebrate the fact that you made it to final year. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna blow this money. Let's blow it.
Let's go get it.
Hey yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? Boy with a bag out here. Welcome to the Bag Talk with the boy with the bag. TBWTB Sharp Feeding. Buffet 2 Vandaag it's just gonna be a book talk. Buffet 2. It's all about EDCC. I think 423. Yeah, I think it's 423. And my aim is to make sure that even if you are just chilling on your bed with no resources, I mean like them notes, you are going to pass this exam. That's my aim. So that's why I drop videos so that people can just chill on their beds, just watching the video and then the content they will sync. For now, I'm not going to be teaching straightly like, no, I'm just going to be giving you all answers to maybe previous past exam papers. And also I'm going to outline here and there just to make sure the video is not too long, because I know if it's too long, you lose that thing, man. So let's get down to it. We're going to start with the multiple choice. And I have a very dope strategy. Actually, I applied the strategy when I was combining these multiple choice questions. You see the one year last year, there's this other question paper last year. Okay, that's a very good one. Happy. We are going to use even those if-only tests. There's no way we can go wrong right there. No way. You see, so I answered them because I also fixed on some of them, even the notas here and there, those answers on notas, they were wrong. That's why no one got 25 out of 25 more those tests right there. Maybe on some, but you see though the other ones, I know you could see or not, the people are getting low marks. Actually, some they're high, but not more that distinction level 90 to 100. You see, because the way you were copying them, they were wrong from there. You are using the wrong memorandum. But I got that sorted. And then now I'm not perfect. If I make some mistakes right there, just comment right there and tell me, or hey, no, that for that one the answer is this and that. You see, let's work together and pass this thing. Nothing can stop us. I'm gonna start got the 1 year 2020. What's this? 2024 multiple choice. Just if you don't have it, it's fine. If you have it, it's fine. That's my aim, vet. But most people were like, hey, we want to understand. Come on, let's share this and that. Is it my let's share that, please? And I'm like, you know what? Right there, né? But I'm going to talk about Malaysia at the end. Malaysia, right there, you have to study everything right there on that PowerPoint. And it's not even a lot of, it doesn't have a lot of slides right there. You just got to study that PowerPoint, master it. The other one, since people are saying allegedly there is a scope. Allegedly, they are saying so out there. Hey, so you can use that scope of yours. Let's just follow it. But when I mention the scope thing, I can feel the adrenaline because I'm like, why? But let me not ask such questions because it might end up becoming a big deal, an issue and so let's get down to it. Let me stop this thing of explaining a lot of things. But Malaysia, you have to study everything right there. I'll try to make it sweet and short for you guys because we have both geography, this and that, demography, language and culture, all those things. And if you check the question paper 2023, there was a question come Malaysia right there. It's just that you cannot be too sure for that question. There's a possibility. I can say 60% there chance for that question straight. But we are going to cover all those things. Those topics. I'm going to tell you those topics. You can just study them, this and that, and then you'll be fine, man. Let's get down to it. 2024 multiple choice. The first point right there. So they say comparative education includes the following perspectives on education. They say we have the education system perspective, that's the first one, the determinant perspective, and the comparative perspective. They are all correct, so the answer right there is D, where it says if all are correct, mark D, so it's D. They are all correct. You can check on your PowerPoints, even on the book. The good thing, I have a tip for you guys. People get tired before they can even start studying. Does it even make sense? They get tired before they can even study. You know why? They spend a lot of effort more the preparation or searching for, trying to arrange their notes, searching for the notes or maybe some terms. Guys, just search. You see, you have the book right there. You have your book, your slides, and the notes. Because most people, they use notes. Place them somewhere along or no, they are proper, and you're not gonna be doing a lot of effort to search. I mean, like on that book, you just press Control F, you search. Maybe if you want Malaysia. But I noticed for some computers, I think it's the settings right there, they don't search, but you can just check right there, or just try to Google how to search on a PDF that it was scanned, this and that. You see, and search. Stop just paging, looking for a thing, or going to the table of contents and then you go there. No, guys. Do that, just search. It makes everything much easier. Let's go to the second point right there. It says choose the correct answer. Planned and directed activities through which the learner is supported by the educator to enable him, herself to fulfill a particular role in life. Now, there are specific terms that you gotta look out for when they say a particular role. Particular, that's the term that changes everything. You see, some definitions they're similar to this one, but one thing changes the whole thing. So here they are saying for a particular role, the correct answer right there. Okay, they say there is education, there is coaching, there is training, there is education as a science. The correct answer right there is training. You can check on your PowerPoints. You can search training, just Control F, training. And the other thing that I did with my PowerPoint slides, I merged them. Guys, you guys waste a lot of time checking PowerPoint 1. Hey, study unit 2. Guys, merge them, combine them, convert them into a PDF after that. Just search once and then you get all the results. Come on. But why am I telling you? I thought everybody knew these things. You see, I wish I had told you back then, but you guys passed. You made it most. Let's see. So we said it's training right then. It focuses on a what particular role on the study unit. That I think it said in a particular area in life, this and that. So check that one out also. And then we have number 3. It says it provides the characteristics or short description towards which a particular education system strives. Particular education system strives. Check those terms. Just those bit of words, they change everything, because we have the mission and the vision, and these two you might confuse them. The vision, they say what the education system intends to be. So that's the vision of the education system. It is what it intends to be. So here more the point, they say it provides the characteristics or short description to us. Short, that short description, it was also part of the definition right there on the PowerPoints, even on the book. So check that one. So the correct answer right there is what? The vision. But you have options like the mission, the aims, and objectives of the education system, the format of the education system policy. Back in high school, my English teacher once told me that when it comes to multiple choice, there will be, if you're confused, check those two similar options right there and just pick one. So I see the mission and the vision there. I'm like, maybe he was right. But hey, don't use that. Start. And with this, you don't have to study. You only study those two. Okay, not only those two. For the long questions, the study units that were outlined on the scope allegedly, so you can focus too much on them. Here, this multiple choice, you can just read them 5 times. This is not studying. You just read, even when you are chilling on your bed, when you are walking to the damn shop. Just read them. You will remember these things, because you will see the options and it will be like, no, this one looks familiar. Come on. Number 4. Choose the correct answer. So I'm going to outline to you guys the ones that were wrong on the notice, this and that. Choose the correct answer, the key concept that provides a definition of education system area. Okay, these concepts, they provide what? The definition. So the concepts, they make up the whole definition of what education system. Listen, they say we have the framework. Framework. They say we have effective education again, and then we have educational needs. And then they say if all these 3 are correct, then yeah, just mark D. Sharp. If you check on your slides there, or on your book, they say to provide framework for effective education, real educational needs of target group. That's what they said. There is this other multiple choice question, which is similar to this one that I just read right now. But on that one, I think we're gonna focus on it on those if only test. They said framework, effective education, educational needs, and then target group. On this one, target group is not there. There they just added target group. They might trick you and be like, which one is incorrect? Because now you are used to these 3, you forget what target group is also there. You lose it. You see, so be aware of such things, man. So the correct answer right there is all those 3 are correct. So you mark D. And then 5, we say different types of educational. I have to be a bit fast here, and I'm checking the time there. I have to travel. I'm sorry about that, but let's do it. Okay, the traveling can wait a bit. Different types of educational control can be identified as mixed educational control, centralized educational control, decentralized educational control. All these are important and they are the right ones. So mark D right there. You select D, and then it says, or if all fit, mark D. And then the explanation that I had right there is education system administration, formulate and implement policy, educational control. It is centralized, decentralized, and mixed. This is from the study unit. Check. These things are all there. So you must just verify when you're checking the notice, compare the notice. Even the question papers, some of the question papers were already highlighted by the people who were writing the exams, probably. Number 6. Which of the following describe the focus of comparative education? We have a point that says utilistic, dynamic, eclectic, of nature, transnational, interdisciplinary. That's the first one. The second one says utilistic, dynamic, eclectic of nature, descriptive, explanatory. Listen, these people, they're playing with your minds, man. They're just... The correct one is the one that has transnational. That's what I told myself when I was studying these things. Or no, they're trying to play games here. So they just replaced it on the second one. they put what descriptive and what explanatory, this and that. They just put those. They replaced the interdisciplinary and transnational. So check those things straightforward. So remember, the first one is A, which is the correct one. It is transnational. You will never forget this. 7. Which of the following is an element of support services? Sharp. Which of the following? Here they say support services to learners, okay. Support services to educators, okay. Support services to the teaching activities and structures. Listen, that they said activities and what? And structures. No, I'll come back to this one, because some of the things they just try to confuse you guys, cause simple things. And okay, the point that I made there is just support services, elements to learners, educators, teaching activities. It's the same thing. So the correct answer is all of them. If all, so it's D. And then let's go to number 8. Which of the following elements is part of the structure for teaching? Which of the following elements is part of the structure for teaching? A. Educational institutions, the medium of instruction, education levels. That's the structure for teaching. 9. Which of the following elements is part of the component education system administration? It is on the paper, the person marked for it's A, the levels of education control. But I disagree with that. On this paper that I got, the person highlighted that. So the one that I went with is D, which says if all are correct are an element. So D is the correct one right there, because the levels of education control is part of it. The organizational structure of functionaries in the education system also correct. Even the financing of education system also correct. So check those things, guys. They are there on the study unit. Just search Control F, search organizational, just one term. It will take you to all those organizational words right there, and then you will find the one that you're looking for. And then let's go to, time is not on our side there. Let's go to 10. Okay. Choose the correct answer through the study of the subdiscipline of comparative education. The students should, during their professional training as teachers, get to know the education system in which they are going to work. Know the following. Okay. And then I think someone had marked, it was me at first. I thought it was just A, the nature of the particular system. But as I was checking, I was like, no, I'm wrong. So the correct answer is E right there, which says that everything right there is correct. It's the nature, the reasons for the nature of that particular system, the determinants of the particular education system, and then which typical characteristics and problems exist within the particular education system. Is this a question? I think they these people were just confused. Yeah, I'm seeing this now. D, they say which typical characteristics and problems exist within the particular education system. So the correct answer that I went for right there is E, because I'm seeing now that D right there, they even have a question mark right there. Hey, you know, these people. But the correct answer was supposed to be D for sure. Probably they made a mistake. You can comment right there if you think otherwise. 11. The external determinants include the following. These are external determinants. Remember, we have internal and external. They include demography, climate and geography, philosophical tendencies, language. The correct answer is all of those are right. And then number 12, the internal determinants include the following. These are internal ones. Climate, politics, religious, scientific discoveries. Those are incorrect. They are not the right ones. Internal only has 3. We'll talk about them. The internal, you can search internal, it has 3. If it doesn't have 3, then it has that number thing. You'll check there. But these ones are wrong. 13, they say determinants refers to factors that impact on the nature and functioning of the education system. This is true. So the things that we're talking about, external and internal, they refer to factors that impact or that have an impact on the nature and function of the education system. That is the definition for what determinants. They determine. Simple as ABC. And then we have 14, right? The 14 says, should the presence of different languages in Western Cape influence education in Western Cape? So some questions they be like, should the presence of different languages in a particular or in a specific province affect or in a specific province? They don't like to use the term the province straight, maybe Western descended. So right there, it's true. The presence of different languages in Western Cape influences education in the Western Cape. Yes, the answer is yes. There, it's A. 15. South Africa has a heterogeneous community composition. Is the statement true or false? Okay. So what do they mean? The things that confuse these people is that these terms heterogeneous. Hey, making people like feel like they wasted their school fees back in high school or something. Heterogeneous means diverse, ne? So the South Africa has a diverse community, like we can say diverse composition. The statement is true. It is diverse, consisting of many different things. Ne? 16. It is for each of the 9 provinces expected to prepare education legislation for the implementation of the national and provincial educational policy in the province. Is the statement true or false? It is true. One of the principles of the new education dispensation after 1994 is democratization. Is the correct one? It is the correct one because we have democratization, equalization, desegregation, multicultural education, and those other ones are not there. I see appoint more educators. Not here, Baba. So the only correct one right there is what? Democratization. 18. Poverty has an influence on success of learners. Bafit, this one is right. We all know poverty. Bafit, you might not even have the resources. You might not even be that confident. Poverty. Studying on an empty stomach. It's a lot. So this one is straightforward. Is it not necessary for a school to provide for a particular philosophy of a school community? They are saying it is not necessary. Some things are just straightforward. It is necessary for the school to provide a particular philosophy of a school community. It is very necessary. So this one, it's false. They are saying it is not. So it's false. And then 20, the external determinants include the following. Notice here said they include democratical tendencies, ne? But I disagreed there. Notice. Who's that girl? I think Angelina or something. I disagree. I think the correct one right there is E. Those things, they form part of the external determinants. If you check on the study units or even on the book, whereby it's like a graph near a picture, I can say graph whereby we have they are separated. You have internal, external, this and that. You will see the whole list right there, which outlines all these things. Some they are not outlined. Some parts they are not outlined. But when you check on that image, that picture, you'll see that they are part of this thing. So, if all of the above are correct, mark E. So they are all correct. And then Diversity deprives us of the right to unity and uniqueness. You see, even when I'm reading these things, I get shocked. Right? What are they talking about? This is false. Unity is not the opposite of diversity, but the unity of the whole community. They say this was from the study unit, even the book, consists of the sum of diversities of groups. So what the statement here is wrong. Diversity deprives us of the right to unity and uniqueness. They are wrong. This is false. Can't even read it right because it's just nonsense. 23. Missionary, not the missionary that you are thinking of. Missionary education. Missionary education encouraged learners to form their own culture. Missionary education encouraged learners to form their own culture. No, the missionaries, they never promoted that. This form of education imposed Western culture on black children, so it was not. They were not supposed to like form their own. So yes, it is false, this one. And then 23, let's move from missionary. 23, demographics refers to the distribution of the population over the length and breadth of a community, a country. Demographics refers to the distribution of the population over the length and breadth of a country. It is true. The socio-economic situation of the area, for example, in poor areas generally has a negative impact on teaching and learning. Yeah, the socio-economic situation, if it is poor, it will have an impact for sure. So this is true. The ideal for quality teaching is to use the mother tongue in the teaching and learning. Yeah, they are right. True. Sharp almost. Complete the sentences by choosing the correct word. So you're choosing the correct word. No? The states that who taught us this valley? Okay, the states that all learners have the right to equal education. The Constitution of South Africa. Asbongi. And when I checked this thing, I was like, yo, Constitution. They say it states that all learners. So some people were saying even those who are here in South Africa illegally, they deserve education because it says all learners. They are learners. Hey, we are not there. So section 29 of the Constitution of South Africa says everyone has the right to education. This is the point I was looking for. Everyone has the right to education. So everyone, you are here legally, you deserve education. Asbonge, South Africa. The following, so that one, the answer for 226 is the A, which is Constitution of South Africa. 27, we have the following aspects are part of culture: specific ideals, goals, interest, and age. That's A. And then B, we have behavioral patterns, interests, activities, and distinct ideals. The correct one is B. You can check on your study units. Everything that I'm saying here, it's there. When I was not sure, I just highlighted, or they will correct me, these people. So everything is there on the study unit, even the book. So the correct answer is B. Let's move. We must get to the real things. But my Malaysia. 28. Complete the following sentence. Culture is embodied in a group's. Okay. They have religion, origin, history, and language. Politics, economics, language, and sports. Religion, industrial life, science, and socialization. And then they have none of the above. Right? Nagetsamali A Bafana Baka, religion, origin, history, and language. 29. The Constitution of South Africa provides for only a few religions. They are wrong, man. So it's false. 30. We are on 30 now. 30. Complete the following sentence. Lifelong learning opportunities are made possible through. Hey, I spent a lot of time trying to verify this one. I'm like, lifelong. Very simple. They are made through science and technology, Bafetu. So the correct answer is D. Which of the following is an element of education system policy? Which of the following is an element? Ne? Hey, let this one. Ne? Notice said, if none of the above, you mark E. Ne? So notice marked E on this one. Hey. I was like, notice, what's happening? But my answer is vision, which is C. Because I found the answer, I think, on page 19 on the book. Check right there. Just go to page 19. I just wrote page 19 here to remind myself. So I know it's the vision, man. Because notice said none of the above. The vision. The correct answer is vision. If you are doubting me, go to page 19. Which of the following is not one of the values for the national education system in South Africa? They say education and training, okay, is a basic human right. Parents or guardians have the basic responsibility for education of their children. The principles of attainability and productivity should guide education provision. And then we also have communities should accept ownership for education, which is not one. So which one is incorrect here? The person who shared this page, or the person who was writing here, wrote for it, D is correct. D is the one that is not one of the values, which is communities should accept. But I disagree with that. I go with the free education should be provided. It is not one of the values. It's not there. Okay, it's not there on the book. It's not part of this. These other ones are there, but the free education should be provided. So you can check on page 81 right there. You see, I'm guiding you guys. Haha. You guys are going to get distinctions. And I don't get distinctions. I wonder why. Yes. The act with the highest authority in South Africa is we all know that one. I don't have to tell you. The South African Constitution in Bafana Baka. That's the right one. But on this, the person who wrote this said it's A. So that person was incorrect. The correct answer is B for 33. For 34. Now 34. There must be a provided for the learning. I think this was a mistake, you see. They wanted to say a provision. So I think, yeah. There must be a provision for the learning needs for all learners. True or false? It is true. There must be. And then they say the Bill of Human Rights states, for example, in Article 29 that I just read it. You remember I said what even illegal, this and that, they deserve education. Everyone has the right to basic education, including adult basic education. That is the correct answer, which is B. 36. What is the aim of the Act on National Educational Policy? What is the aim of the Act on National Educational Policy of 1996? Choose the correct answer. The correct answer right there, I said it's C, to provide guidelines regarding consultation during development of education policy. That was my answer, Buffett. To support that, you can go to page 86, and I think this one almost contradicted my other answer on those Ifundi tests right there. I think on the Ifundi test it was test 2 question 6. I'm not sure. I think something like that, because I was too confused to the answer that I gave here is not linking with the one that I gave on the other side, but we'll get there hopefully. Hope I don't get tired along the way. and be like, I will fit you, do this on your own. So I'm just correcting, guys, correcting corrections. Jay, guide me on the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Bafit, back talk. Let's focus. 37. Because the other options, for those who don't have the question paper, for other options, they say to regulate higher education, that's A. To improve labor peace, that's B. If all of the above is correct, mark D. But A, B, they are incorrect. They are incorrect. Because to regulate higher education, this one is for Higher Education Act. And to improve labor peace, this one is for Educational Labor, so what the Regulation Act. So to provide guidelines regarding consultation during development of educational policy, it's the what? The correct one, which is the National Educational Policy of 1996. 37 now, ladies and gentlemen. The purpose of the South African Schools Act 84 of 1996 is, choose the correct answer, provide guidelines for the organization, governance, and funding of school. Correct. To establish uniform norms and standards of the provision of education at what? At schools. Correct. To ensure the provision of quality education in the school system. That is also correct. So all of the above, they are correct. The correct answer is D right there, to say all of the above. 38. Is the following statement true or false? The vision of South African education put the responsibility for effective education primarily on all parents in SA. Notice, say it true. Notice are true. Let's read it again. The vision of South African education is to put the responsibility of effective education primarily on all parents. I disagree. So, it is a joint responsibility, and if you want to verify that, you can go to page number 81. Point 3.2. Is it 3.22 or 3.2.2? I think it's 3.22. I wrote 3.22. I forgot. So you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. Yes, so Notas was wrong. I am right. I'm very proud of my church, but this is not the title of this and that. Bafana baka. Aw, kana batho ba bua thata jo. Bara ke mogabolo. Khotso Bafana baka, let's proceed. Okay, wait. Now we are going to 37. Because that one, 37, we are done, man. We were on 38 right there. We are done. We are going to 39. The aim of Education Labor Relations Act is to promote and maintain labor peace. As bonge, that is true, my brother. A form of provincial education policy is the vacancy list of vacant posts in public schools. That is true. It is provincial. Come on, they're coming right. And then we have what? The person that gave us this thing didn't even answer that. The person just put a question mark there. Sharp exam. That's number 40. So it's true, man. They are provincial. The post to span. 41. Primary and high schools of the primary and high schools as educational institutions are governed by the following: Department of Basic Education. We have Department of Higher Education. Both are correct. No, they are not. Not both of them are correct. Primary and high schools, they are governed by Department of Basic Education. Support services in education are available for the following: parents, learners, and governing bodies. Yes, body. Come on, bro. Support services in education are available for the following: parents, learners, and governing bodies. And then notice here said governing bodies, educational activities and structures, and teachers. Yeah, this one I had to think, man, with notas right there. I had to process room. What if notas is right? But I know there's no way notas can be right on that one. Education, and then there is educational events and structures, learners and teachers. Now, the only thing that got me thinking that you see the one that Notas said is right. Notas is this other, it's notes that were made by Angelique, I can't recall. Shout out to her for those notes helping learners, students, pedagogical practitioners. She said governing bodies, educational activities and structures and teachers. I like the fact that she chose educational activities, because the point that I chose, it says educational events, but event and activity are similar things. I think they were playing mind games, these people. They confused the heck out governing bodies right there, because governing bodies are not part of this thing. It's educational events and structures, learners and teachers. Three things. This one, notice it doesn't have learners. It says governing bodies, educational activities and structures and teachers. No, where are the learners? So Nuta's wrong, I am right. C is the correct answer. If you want the evidence, go to page 18 of the book. On the book now. 44. The following structures can provide support to teachers, trade unions and educational specialist services and subject groups. School management team, line manager and integrated quality management system. Whole school evaluation, South African SACE and human HR and HR directorate. So whole school evaluation and South African Council for Educators and the Human Resources Directorate. So the correct answer is D, which says all of the above. All of the above are correct. Let's go to 45. The following structures can provide support to learners we have special schools, provincial medical, psychological and social services. C is the correct answer. All of the above are correct. 46. The following structures can provide support to teaching and learning events. Department of Public Works and governing body of the school. Department of Education and socio-economic partners of the school. Correct. C. All of the above are correct. 47. The purpose of the whole school evaluation is the following. The purpose, they say A, to dismiss teachers. It even says whole school evaluation and you are talking about dismissal. And then we have B, to assist teachers and the management of the school. And then we have what? C, to determine the school fees of the school. And then we have D, all of the above. Notas said C. Or am I wrong? Vela can say notas were wrong. But notas, how can you say C? You are trying to say what they determine the school, to determine the school fees of this. For what? Why would they even evaluate? Remember, it's the whole school evaluation. So the correct answer, according to the boy with the bag, Mr. Elton, Dr. Elton. Dr. Elton. The correct one is the to assist teachers and the management of the school, which is B. And if you have a problem with that, go to page 173. So come back and tell me. 48, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of the integrated quality education management system is the following. To dismiss teachers again, to assist teachers. That's the same thing, It's just the change of to the integrated quality management, and we have the whole school evaluation. Okay. Got me thinking right there. But the answer is the same. To assist teachers and the management of the school. Damn, now I feel like I went wrong somewhere. But I am right. I'm always right. I'm always right. But that one, yeah, I think the only thing that caught my mind, oh yeah, they are similar, man. So I was like, yeah, was that a repetition? So the correct answer is B. Even for 47, correct answer is B. 48, correct answer is B. 49, the school's management team consists of the following persons: the principal, chairperson of the governing body, and the deputy principal. The principal, and then they said all the teachers with experience, and the deputy principal. And then the C, they said on C, the principal, heads of departments, and the deputy principal. The correct answer is C, ladies and gentlemen. The principal, heads of departments, and the deputy, because the deputy does everything that he does everything. The deputy does everything to assist the principal. So part of management. The if the principal doesn't want to do 1, 2, 3, I'll be like, deputy, do this and that, and then I relax as the principal. And then we have the purpose of the education specialist services is the following. The purpose of it: to dismiss. Why are they saying dismissal though? Okay, again, they're saying dismiss teachers. The other point: to assist educators with management of the school, to determine the school fees. So the correct answer again is B. I'm starting to feel wrong now for just saying B on this: to assist teachers and the management of the school. Please, if you feel somehow, just tell us. Right? No, it's not B, guys. And then, guys, for multiple choice here, that question paper, that's it. Let me just, we have a few minutes. I'm gonna cut and then come back for you guys. I have to gather some notes happen. So far we can see that you guys here you can get 50 out of 50 if you are doing whatever I told you to do. I mean, like checking, going to those pages. You might even correct me somewhere somehow. Remember, I'm not a lecturer, you see. So section B, I'm gonna jump section B and then go to the multiple choice again. Or should I focus on this? It's the tests, because they're important. Imagine if you cover these multiple choice, and then the ones those multiple choice tests, participation mark. You'll never go wrong. They just copy those things and then paste them on the exams. And I'm not saying study them, read them. You will remember. It's like seeing someone and then you'll be like, hey, I saw someone like this last time. Yeah. So it's gonna be like that. So here what they're talking about, what values, this is section B. I will focus on this one. But remember, they gave you guys the scope allegedly. Some of us, we didn't get it. I'm like, hey. Allegedly, they're saying they got the scope. Who is saying that? I don't know. Hey, before they open cases for me, these people are very strict. I don't want to go to protection service, for saying the scope was what allegedly. Okay, guys, I'm back again. So this time I'm gonna be moving fast lane on top, because a serious content is waiting for us there. But in my Malaysia. So for now, let's focus on this one, the Ifundi test. So I'm just gonna read them, Yana. Maybe they were not the same, I don't know. But remember, you have feedback right there. Yeah, your Ifundi test. Go to Ifundi, check the feedback, and then you'll just check as I'm reading my things. You can check. It's just that I wanted the answer right there, so you have to check and come up with your own answers. In comparative education, the following perspectives are discussed. The comparative perspective, determinant perspective, education, we did that, I think, on the previous one. So some of these answers are going to be similar to the ones that we did in the past exam paper, to show you that we are on the right track. So all are correct. Number 2, choose the correct answer. They say what? Planned and directed activities through which the learner is supported by the educator to enable him or herself to fulfill a particular role in life. Same thing again. Is the definition of they have coaching, education and science. Read. They have education. They have not one of these are correct, but the correct one is what? Training. I told you guys. So we've been on the right track. Meaning we are on the right track for that exam, multiple choice. I want us to just hit 50 out of 50. But I know for me, I don't know. I can teach this thing, but I can't write this thing. Question 3. It provides an extensive and complete description towards which a particular education system strives. Bro. The vision. We did this, man. Okay, and then we have choose the answer, the correct answer. The key concept that provides a definition of education system are: we have effective education, framework, educational needs, target group. I told you guys about the target group on the previous one. Those questions, they had only 3, and now we have what? Target group. So all 4 are correct. Hey, I know they just try to play mind games, these people, but it's fine. We have question 5. One of the different types of education control system is moderate educational control, decentralized educational control, joint educational control, which would be what? Centralized. These people, they like playing mind games. The correct answer is all are correct. Hey, Ogar, we've been saying all are correct now for... Oh, yeah. We have to be sure. So that's question number 5. We are going to question number what? 6. Which of the following describe the focus of corporate education? Guys, we did this even on the previous one. Okay. The thing is, if I don't cover these things, just because some of them were covered on the previous one, we might miss the ones that were not covered. We want to kill this exam paper, Bafetu. So listen, we have which one of the following describes the focus of corporate education? Utilistic, dynamic, elective of nature, transnational, interdisciplinary. We know the answer. Let's just go straight to the answer. It's the one that is transnational and what? Interdisciplinary, because they removed them and then they put what on the other option? They put descriptive and explanatory. So come on, we are good. So the correct answer is A right there. And then 7, which of the following is not an element of support services? We have support services to learners, support services to educators, support services to municipal cap, and then we have support services to the teaching activities and structures. Remember, notice on the previous one I told you guys, if you watched the previous video, the first part right there, I told you notice said governing bodies are part of the structure. So here you can see you have 4, but the other one is incorrect, which is C, support services to the municipality. So we have question 8 now. So the correct answer, which is not an element, is C there. For question 8, which of the following element is not part of the structure of our teaching? We have A, educational institutions, the medium of instruction, educational levels. Which one is not? All are elements. We have educational institutions, communication, finances. I said A is not. I wonder why I didn't include the page number there. I said it's not. I think it was because of the educational level and what the medium of instruction. Which one of them is not part of the structure for teaching? Not part of the structure. The educational levels. But it sounds like they are, But I said they are not. The A is the correct answer. That's what I said. I regret the fact that I didn't reference there. But everything I checked, analyzed, and everything I was sure. I was sure. Now I'm no longer sure. Sure. Let's focus, Chief. Which of the following elements is part of the component education system? We have the levels of education control, the financing of education system, the organizational structure. So the correct one is all are an element. And elements, that's what they said on C. So that's the correct answer. All are an element. Let's not make sure they are English there. But yes, question 10. Choose the correct answer through the study of the sub-discipline of comparative education. The students should, during the professional teaching, we did this one, get to know the education system in which they are going to work. Know the following. All are correct. That the reasons for the nature of a particular system, which typical characteristics and problem exist within that particular education system. Remember the previous one, they had a question mark, guys, and I was like, no, I'm not sure. More which typical characteristics and problems exist within the particular education system. That question mark was just confusing, so now it makes sense, you see. So all are correct. They were just confused there. The reasons for the nature of a particular system, that's another point. Né? So we have question 11 now. So for question 10, all are correct. Question 11, two of the external determinants include language and school, and then we have climate and geography and philosophical tendencies. We have demography and educators. So all of those are correct. They are all correct right there. Question 12. The internal determinants include the following: climate, scientific discoveries, religion, internal. So these are wrong, incorrect. Question 12, this is wrong. Determinants refer to factors that impact on nature and the function of education system. It's true. Question 4, should the presence of different languages in a province, remember last time they said Western Cape or something, now they are saying province, influence the education in the province? Choose the correct answer. It's true. They just switched those terms into province and Western Cape. Was it Western Cape? Yeah. One of these things were fit to so you just have to listen to this, watch this video, and then you will pass. Question 15. South Africa has a heterogeneous community composition. Is the statement true or false? It's true. So now it's like we are kind of revising what we did, and it's a good thing. You will see when you write the exam, it's a good thing. It is not for each of the 9 provinces expected to prepare. It is not for each of the 9 provinces expected to prepare education legislation for the implementation of the national and provisional education policy in the province. Okay, so they are not expected to prepare education legislation for implementation. Yeah, this is true. I said true. Question 17. One of the principles of a new education dispensation after 1994 is, we did this, democratization, and then the appointment of more educators. This and that, it was wrong. Poverty has not an influence on the success of learners. No. They are saying poverty. Remember the previous one, they said poverty has an influence. Yes. They said poverty has an influence. Now they are saying has not an influence. Oh, they are wrong, because they are saying doesn't have an influence on the success of the land. This is false. This is false. It's false, they are wrong. And then we are going to question 19. That was 18, Vel. Okay, we are on question 19. It is necessary for the school to provide for a particular philosophy of the school community. True, it is necessary. They might say it is not necessary to confuse you as people. The external determinants include the following: demographical tendencies, socioeconomic tendencies, climate and geographical tendencies, philosophical tendencies. These are all correct. And then question 21. Choose the correct word for the open space. The term refers to inter to act or activity by which one another person. So this is okay, another person, and that includes the development of the human character. Okay, so we have indoctrination, forming, coaching, conditioning. Know all these terms. I know, okay, conditioning you can remember that second year. Was the second year? Those behavioralism, what? You see, they were doing conditioning with what, animals or something like that. If I still remember sharp. So the coaching, the definitions here, there are those specific terms that switch the whole definition. The correct answer here, let me stop explaining. The correct answer for 21 is forming. So the term forming refers to by which a person forms another person, this and that. So C, which is forming, is the correct answer right there. 22. Choose the correct word for the open space. The concept refers to continuous activity. Let me give you the answer here, Clark. A, coaching refers to the continuous activities. So it's coaching, guys. That's the correct answer. I am 100% sure for 22. And then we have question 23. Choose the correct word for the open space. Education usually refers to the planned, deliberate education and or training activities offered outside national education system. The education is usually more focused on the short-term education or training needs of the target group and is not necessarily aimed at the acquisition of national recognized qualification. Remember, guys, we have informal, formal, and non-formal. Formal is what you guys are going to obtain, and what you guys are doing. You're going to get your degree. Non-formal, it's the teaching without what? A damn qualification. You don't earn anything. It's just teaching. They're saying it's what? It's like guidance. It's education, but it is not recognized. I don't know if I'm making sense. That's what non-formal. It is still like part of education, but you don't get a what? One swar. And then we have informal. Informal is when your father is teaching you maths. When I am teaching guys, come on, why am I going to your father's? When I am teaching you guys this thing, it's informal. You are not going to get any. Yeah, perfect example. Informal. This is informal, what we are doing here. Perfect. Let's move on. I think I killed it. So the correct answer here is going to be what? Non-formal, because it is a short-term education or training needs of a target group. It's not necessarily aimed at the acquisition of nationally recognized qualifications. You see, they are not nationally recognized, those qualifications. We can say what? Your grade what report? Yeah, I think that's a dope example, ne? Grade 7 report. What? You do. Where do you need that? So it can be what? Non-formal. I'm coming up with good examples. Ne? Okay, let's go to 24. Let's go to 24. Choose the correct word for the open space. Ne? They're saying education refers to those unplanned, non-deliberate activities through which someone is equipped with a particular knowledge, skills, or attitude. When the father teaches his son how to tie his shoes, we talk about. So this is the one that I was making an example of. This thing. But this point is making me feel like I was wrong. But I was right. I know I was right. Because they are saying that it is not planned, unplanned. Okay, did I plan this? But the perfect example that they came up with is the one of the father teaching the son how to tie the shoes. So this is what? Informal, which is A. And then we have 25, the point number 25. Choose the correct word for the open space. Education usually refers to the deliberate, planned actions by which the learners in the education or the national education are equipped with the required, I'm sure you can tell which one is this one. Knowledge, skills, and attitudes. The education is usually aimed at obtaining educational qualification. It's the formal. You are obtaining your formal education, formal qualification. So A is correct, formal education. So we did formal, informal, and non-formal here. I hope it's perfect. That was test 1. Can I jump over to test 2 one time without even stopping? Let's see. So that was test 1. And I'm telling you guys, we master these things. You just have to listen, nothing much. And the reason why I be talking sometimes, I know people might get bored and be like, yeah, it's boring. Because when something is too formal, it gets boring. I won't lie. That's the reason why the boy with the bag came here. I mean, like, the boy with the bag got the vibe. That's what they say. That's what they tell me. They say I got the vibe. Who are they? Amanto Mbazat. Bro, let's focus. Okay, guys, let's check out test 2 now. We did test 1. Now more test 2. It says, which of the following is not an element of education system policy? We have municipalities, educators, learners, curriculum, and vision. The one that is not an element is the municipalities. Sharp. That's the answer. Question 2. Which of the following is not of the values for the educational, for the national and educate? What am I saying? Which one of the following is not of the values for the national education system in South Africa? Come on. Communities should accept ownership. Okay, we did this one. And then the one that is not of the values is the one that says all learners must wear school uniform. We did it on the previous one. So let's just move. 3, it says that the act with the highest authority in South Africa is, we did this one also. I like the fact that all these things are just taking us back to the main things, which are the ones that we did on the first multiple choice previous or past exam paper. So the act with the highest authority in South Africa is the South African Constitution. Hey, relax, man. Where are you rushing to? That's number 3. Ne? Number 4. Which act is not part of the Education Act or policy? Education Labor Relations Act, National Education Policy Act, South African Schools Act, and then we have National Agricultural Act. It's obvious. It's the agriculture. Agriculture. So D is wrong. National Agricultural Act. And then 5. I want to get rid of this most. 5, it says the Bill of Human Rights states, for example, in Article 29, everyone has the basic provision of support, A, And then B, it says everyone has the basic right to the needs certification. And then C, everyone has the right to freedom of speech. D, all are correct. E, everyone has the right to basic education, including adult basic education. That's the correct one. E is the correct answer. All these other ones give me trouble. And then 6. This one gave me trouble. This one gave me problems, man. You see number 6, ne? There's something that we outlined on that previous the past exam paper, year 2024. There's a point that I even outlined. I'm sure if you guys can still remember. There was a point that I outlined in the first paper, man. I think it was question number 36 on that previous or the past exam paper, which said, what is the aim of the Act on the National Education Policy in 1996? And we said our answer is C, which was to provide guidelines regarding consultation during development of education policy. That's what we said. Sharp. We said it's all about guidelines, and they had options right there. It says about to regulate higher education, to improve labor peace, but we said no, only one of those, you see. And there was an option which is D, which said if all of the above is correct, mark D. This is for what? The point there, the past exam paper, question number 36. Now here on the Ifundi test 2, question 6. 36.6. So question 6 on the test. It says, what is not the aim of the Act on the National Educational Policy? And then they gave us options like to provide food security. It was not there on the previous paper. All are correct. Okay. And then we have to improve labor peace. It was there. To regulate higher education. It was there. More the previous paper, more question number 36. So now if we were to say the one that is not is to provide food security, I think it wouldn't make sense, because we are by default we are saying the improve labor peace and the regulate higher education is correct. I don't know if I'm making sense. Are you getting me? So meaning here the correct answer is all are incorrect. All of these are incorrect. Unless if we are saying national educational policy. I was trying to come up with another example, maybe try to find a way where we can make food security the right answer, which is not an aim. It makes the other ones the aims by default. So all are incorrect. That's why I was saying this one gave me problem. I had to think, because the answer that I gave in 36 must link with the answer that I'm giving here. I hope. Question 7. It says the purpose of the South African Schools Act 84 of 1996. Choose the correct answer. They say it is to establish uniform norms and standards for provision of education at schools, okay, to ensure the provision of quality education in the school system, okay, to provide guidelines, okay. All are correct for this one. Number 8, is the following statement true or false? The mission of the South African education system is to put responsibility for effective education primarily on all the educators. You remember a question like this? I just don't want to be paging back this and that to the previous paper. But on the other point, they said, what did they say? They said it was for primarily on all the parents. They said parents. Now here they are saying educators, which is false. Because I told you guys what it is, a joint responsibility. They work together, these people. You are the person who's focusing on this fella. No, it doesn't make sense. I think I'm enjoying this. I'm starting to. Question 9. The aim of the South African Qualification Authority is to promote and maintain labor peace. True or false? True. You see, labor peace thing now it's coming. It falls under what? South African Qualification Authority. I made a point on 36. South African Qualification Authority. Okay. That point is not even. So let's move. Where were we there? It's the aim of the South African Qualification Authority is to promote and maintain labor peace. Did I say true? It's false. That's why even my point is not making sense. Come back, the boy. Where are you, Kante? Are you tired? If you are tired, tell these people to pay you. Money is the motive. So, question 9. The answer is false. Labor peace falls under what? That's why this point was not linking. To improve labor peace, it falls under Educational Labor Relations Act. Okay. Now you all are seeing how I drink water. Oh, yes. Okay. So it's false now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to it. And then question 10. A form of provisional education policy is provincial. A form of provincial educational policy is the vacancy list. We did this one, ladies and gentlemen, and we said it was true. So the vacancy list post in public schools falls under the provincial. So it's true. Question 11. The tasks of a school governing body is to. This one, it had me thinking. But it's not easy to study by fit. So they're saying the tasks of the school governing body is to take responsibility of the infrastructure of the school, to take responsibility in the finances, take responsibility in sufficient teaching materials for learners, to recommend and appoint educators to the Department of Education. The one that I selected, I highlighted here, I see it's what? E, to recommend and appoint educators. But I'm looking at the one year infrastructure there. I think they do take responsibility, man. I think they do. It's clicking now. Now I'm starting to think, oh no, man, I think they do. Let's see what I said right there. I said what school. Please just comment there, guys, if I got something wrong. But I said to recommend and appoint. So let's just move with that one. If I was wrong, someone is gonna comment there. Just check and comment, but this is a family. We are working together here. But I'm doubting it. Let me highlight it. If no one comments, I'll comment myself. Comment. Time. Okay, but to recommend and appoint, I feel like all of them, they are somehow. So right now I'm thinking the correct answer is E, but I'm opening a room for B. But I feel like it's E, so I'm going with E. I'll just verify and then comment. You can comment, guys. Come on. Hey. What happened here? We were on question 12 now. Education system administration on macro level as component of South African education system. Remember, we have micro, meso, Macro, just remember because of that store, Barking Macro. I think they sell things there, macro. So they're trying to say they're big. Just remember it that way. So micro, meso, in the middle, meso, yeah, no, sorry, and then macro. So let's understand this thing. Education system administration on macro level as a component of education. This is the national education control. So it's at the top. It's national, and then educational. That's the correct answer. The correct answer is national education control, not provincial, not local. So that's for 12. And then for 13, education system administration on micro level as a component of education system refers to, they say, international education control, national education control, provincial education control, and then they say D, all are incorrect. All of them are incorrect because I said micro is the lowest, is the smallest, and then we have meso in the middle, and then macro the biggest. So if it's the it's the lowest, it means that it is what? Provincial. And then provincial education control, it's there. Wait. So wait, education system administration on micro level as a bro. No, it's not provincial. What am I saying, bro? That's what I'm saying. Maybe I need some yes. What's going on, man? What's the lowest? The lowest is not provincial, Bafit. The lowest is what? Local. Because we have local, provincial, and national. Provincial is going to be the median, the one in the middle. Yeah, man. Yes. How did I even miss this? So, education system administration on micro level as component of South African education system refers to none of this. So that's for 13. All are incorrect because there's no what? Local education control. And then 14 says education system administration on meso level as component of the education system refers to, this is meso, it's in the middle. So this is the one that refers to what? Provincial. Now it makes sense. I hope y'all were not lost there. Even if you were lost, I hope you found me. Or I found you somewhere, somehow. 15. Who is the highest authority in policy formulation and implementation? Minister of Education, well. Because they are saying here it's Minister of Education, Minister of Finances, the state president. The Minister of Education has the power right there, the highest authority. So B, Minister of Education, is the correct answer. And then we go to 16. The MEC has not the authority to formulate education policy or provincial level. The MEC has not authority on the provincial level. I said true. Let me see. I said true, but I'm also feeling like I'm doubting now. MEC. Okay, I said true. It has not authority. Maybe I said true because I felt like it was saying the MEC has authority to formulate educational policy. The MEC doesn't. So I think I'm right there. I'm right. If I'm right, comment there. I am right. I'm always right. Question 17. The school governing body has the right to use the finances of the school for their own gain. True or false? Some questions. False. It's false, man. And then question 18. The governing body has the authority to do the following. The governing body has the authority to do the following: to formulate code of conduct for learners, to manage the budget, determine the timetable. That's the correct answer, which is A. The other ones, they are wrong. which purchase equipment, raise voluntary conduct. They are wrong, those ones. The correct answer is to formulate code of conduct, which is A. And what to manage budget, that's for 18. 19. The school governing body appoints the school principal. True or false? Ish. This one also gave me a headache. I think that's the reason why people were not passing these things. They were passing but not getting like 25 out of 25. Because they're saying the school governing body appoints. As far as I'm concerned, they recommend. But if you check on your PowerPoints there, they say that, or on the micro level, it was on the micro level, if I still recall sharp, they said they school governing body recommend and appoint. They just say that part. So I'm thinking, no, even ChatGPT, because I used a lot of things, chat, notes, PowerPoint slides, and the book, you see, just to come up with final things. Yeah. So here I can even see I noted down there. See, I don't know if you can see. You can't see for sure. I noted down how the school governing body appoints and recommends because of ChatGPT now and because of the PowerPoint. But I was going to say false because I believe they recommend fail. They're on that point. So for me, I'm gonna say false. It's up to you if you wanna go with true, since the PowerPoint even says true. I like to go against the book. I don't know. So you can comment there again. I think we have 3 things that we said we can comment, this and that. So please just comment, guys, so that we don't just get lost in J. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Question 20. The school governing body supports the principal in the execution of duties. True. Complete the sentence by choosing the correct word. The Constitution of South Africa states that all learners have the right to equal education. I gave you the answer there. So it was supposed to be the states that, but it's the Constitution. All those other ones are incorrect. Question 22. The Constitution of South Africa provides for all religions. It's true, it does. It provides for all. To which legislation does the following objective belong? To provide for employment of educators by the state. It is the Employment of Educators Act, which is point B. The other one's about Labor Relations Act, National South African Schools Act. They are wrong. The correct one is Employment of Educators Act, which is B. And then we have 24. Other forms of education policy are the following. We have newspapers, journals, non-feeds, and then regulations, textbooks. But the correct one is regulations, departmental circulars, and provincial legislation. That's the correct one, which is D for 24. And then 25. 25, they are saying the executive management of the school consists of the following persons: the principal, the deputy principal, and the heads of department. That's the correct answer. Those ones, somebody chairperson of governing body, wrong. They are all wrong. So that's it for Ifundi test 2. We're going to Ifundi test 3 now. Yeah, this is going to just be a long episode. Yo, these people have to pay me, but fed. When I'm doing these things, who's talking to my girlfriend? Well, no, keep it professional, the boy. Don't talk about girlfriends. Relax. Question 1 for Ifundi test 3. Religious observations may be conducted at the public school under the rules established by the management team of the school. True or false? That is, Notas said false. but I said true. Elton said true. Because if you check, I think Article 15, somewhere there, Section 7 of the South African Schools Act, it supports that, or they may be conducted at a public school under the rules established by the management team. So there may be, it's just that I think it outlined that they must just consider a few things there. Just check it out right there. Section 7 of the South African Schools Act 84 of 1996. You'll be able to get my point. And then they say, question 2, according to CAPS, the grading scale for 60 to 69% is one of the following. Choose the correct answer. And then not one of these is A, and then B they say 7, C they say 6, D they say 5, E they say 4. This one, with your metric there, 60 to 69 is what is level 5. So the correct answer there is D. And then question 3, the further education and training band include the following grades at the level. This is FET, no? Choose the correct option. We have grade 1 to 12, grade 1 to 3, grade 1 to 9, grade 1 to 6, and not one of these are correct. The correct answer is not one of these are correct, because FET is grade what? 10 to 12. It's not there. FET is 10 to 12. Back then I thought FET was college most. What happened? South Africa. What is the age boundaries for... okay. Question 4. What is the age boundaries for compulsory school attendance in South Africa? Choose the correct option. We have a lot of options there, but the correct one is first school day of the year in which the child reached the age of 7 until the school day of the year in which he or she reaches the age of 15. So it's 7 and 15. The correct answer is that one, which is A. All these other ones, somebody 17 years, 16 years. The same rules regarding compulsory school attendance apply for learners with special education needs. Is the statement true or false? Notas said it's false, but I said it's true. They're the same. I said that. Just check on the PowerPoint or even on the book where it says compulsory attendance of schools. You'll see that. Or maybe try to challenge me. But I said it's true. Notas said it's false. I guess we'll see who's right or wrong. Question 6. Is the following statement true or false? Religious education is compulsory for every learner in the school. This is false. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. You are not forced. 7. Question 7. CAPS. The CAPS clearly includes syllabus, time schedules, specific aims, and assessment program. Yeah, these are all correct. So D, all are correct. Question 8. Choose the correct answer. The senior school phase of the NQF includes the following grade. This is the senior phase. Senior phase includes, what do they tell you when you guys are about to do your practicals, or you can only go to grade 7 once, to show you that senior phase, you are doing senior in FET. If you are doing senior in FET, they say you can only go to grade 7 once, to show you that it starts where? In grade 7. Up until what? Grade 9. That's the senior phase. Senior and FET. FET is grade 10 to 12. Hope that makes sense. A learner in public school has the right to receive education in the language of his or her choice. True. That is true, very true, because of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, the one year 1996. If you check section 29, subsection 2. Hey, this is reminding me of EDCC, educational law. What is section, subsection? Yo. Question 15. Who has the highest authority? I think we did something like this. No, man. We did something like this, I remember. We said the Minister of Education has the highest authority in policy formulation and implementation. No, damn. This is the reputation. So, wait a second. We were on 9. The one that says the Constitution. This is taking us back. So the one that said the Constitution. Okay, let's wind back. We said a learner in a public school has the right to receive education in the language of his or her choice. That is true. This is question 9. And then we can't jump to 15. Where's 10? Where's question 10? Okay. There we go. Question 10 now. Is the following statement true or false? In the grading scale for assessment, level 3 refers to an achievement of 30 to 39. That is level 3, they are saying. They are saying level 3 is 30 to 39. That is false. 30 to 39 is level 2. Support services are the following. Are for the following persons. Support services are for the following persons: educators, learners, educational activities and structures, learners, educators, school governing bodies, educators, learners, and parents. The correct answer is A, which is educators, learners, educational activities and structures. The governing bodies, they're crazy. Support services for educators are the following: psychological services, law services, medical services. Those are the correct ones. So it's B. B is the correct one for number 12. I shall want to get to the long questions. 13. Support services to the learner are the following. All of them, they are correct. The orthopedagogical services, medical services, special needs education, provincial medical, psychological, and social services. Orthopedagogical. So they are all correct, Buffy too. Aspongi. And then 14. Subject advice services can also deliver a service to the educators. True or false? Subject advice services can also deliver a service to educators. No, this is false. But I didn't answer it here according to my own. No, this is false. Let's search and see. And the veil, I didn't what? Damn, I didn't answer this one. But according to what I'm just seeing here, I'm saying it's what? Subject advice services. This is false. I just don't like to say false in here without even giving an evidence. So I'm trying to check for you guys so that I can tell you why I'm saying false. I don't want to mislead you guys. Astahalela. No. No. I'm trying to see. Okay, let's see. Maybe. But no, man. In the letter report, help can be requested from, among others, the subject advice services in order to provide teachers with advice and assistance. Yes. So it's true. Damn. Okay. Okay, so it's true, ladies and gentlemen. If you feel like it's false, maybe if Notas is confusing us here, because I'm reading some notes from Notas. Yeah, it's true. This is nip up and flex, my friend. The aim of IQMS is to suspend bad Once they... It's false. If you want the aim, go to page 172 on the book. You will find the explanation right there. This is false. The aim of the whole school evaluation is to suspend school principals and educators. Why are they suspending people? This is false. If you want the explanation right there, it's on... the reason why I'm referring you guys now is to make sure that you read about this whole school evaluation. It's there. I'm even giving you the page number, page 173. And then let's see. Question 17. We are from 16, we are on 17. The aim of SACE is the following. Like SACE, equip educators with newest trends, protect the professional status of educators, correct? To formulate code of conduct for educators, correct? Create opportunity. So all of these are correct. If you want evidence, go to page 174 on the book. Thank you. We are moving fast now. Question 18 of 25. Yeah, we're still going for 25. And we have another 28. Damn, bro. The aims of the Human Resource Directorate are administration leave, appointments, finances, okay, administration, pensions, resignations, teaching, okay, correct. They are correct. So all of them are correct. If you want evidence, go to page 174. But I'm feeding you guys, even telling you guys the page numbers. Damn. So, quantiles stands for a socio-economic nature of the school's parent community. True or false? True. Now I'm just checking that parent community thing. I'm like, hey, why did I say true? But the evidence is there on page 176. Abash. Question 20. A school community consists of professional role players, medical services, social services, parents, learners, and educators, business sector. So all of these are correct. The answer is B. All are correct. This is for question 20. The evidence is there on page 177. Yeah, I like this thing of pages. I should have done it since from the get-go. Question 21. Learners with learning difficulties who have medical aid should be identified by their parents and not by teachers. This is false. Both have to play a role here. Anyone can just identify. It's not like the parents must identify. So if you want the evidence, it's there on page 179 on the book. And then we have question 22. School governing bodies should also provide assistance to infrastructure of school. True or false? This is true. It's there on page 116. 116. Check page 116. 23. Unions can hire or fire teachers. False. They can't hire or fire teachers. They can't. This is false. Evidence is also there on page 116. Question 24, Buffet 2. The school governing body may not approach businesses to provide sponsorships to schools. This is false. They may approach those things. I forgot to add the page number, but it was there. So this is, I'm 100% sure it's false for question 24. And then let's go to 25. 25 they say the infrastructure of a school contributes to the image of the school, to the image that the school creates in the community. This is true. Dress how you wanna be addressed. Abash. That's 25. Yo. There's multiple choice questions. I'm getting tired now. We are going to which one now? Test 4. Yeah. Kahan. So, but we are going to cover them. We have no choice. And I'm doing this just for you guys. Not even getting paid. You can subscribe there to something. Izandla ziyagezana. Because I hate the fact that people are seeing how I drink water. Maybe I gotta. But there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with you, the boy? Damn, bro. I gotta do something. Bro, I'm exercising, dog. I'm trying to make sure that I stay locked in. Okay. Back to it. Eating is a lana kutuzenyana cause ngathani ngizwe kahle nina. Now see a good test 4. I think most people got them. I saw on the grade book, most people got this one right. Test 4, I think it was easy. Oh yeah, I think it was just fine. Is the statement true or false? The focus should be on the different aspects of diversity such as gender, age, intellectual differences, interests, language differences, cultural differences, and religious differences. It's true. It's true. Is the statement true or false? To affect the elimination of segregation, a belief emerges that the learners and teachers in the schools should represent the composition of the broad community. True. I say true. I wonder why. Because I'm starting to feel like falsy. But it's true, Buffet. If you feel like I am wrong, drop a comment. I am not Jesus. Question 3. Rights of minorities are entrenched in several international declarations. Which one is not correct? Which one is not correct? All are correct. They are valid. All of them. We have International Bill of Human Rights, Covenant of Civil and Political Rights, Convention Against Discrimination, 1990. So all of them, the United Nations all of them, they are correct. All are valid. Ne? So D is the correct answer for number 3. Fight me if you wanna fight me. Kadi answer tsaka. Fight me, challenge me. Let's see. Regarding education in diverse community, the quality in the education is measured according to the particular criteria. Which of the following is not such a criteria? They say educators should assist. Education should assist learners to become independent and responsible learners. Education should provide education. So all of these are right. All are valid. B is the correct answer. quality education. I think on the study unit you'll see that all of these are included there. Go to the study unit and check quality education, even on the book. Question 5. Is the statement true or false? In education, one should recognize the diversity and uniqueness of individual learners. True. Go to the study unit and check the concept unity and diversity topic there. You'll find it. It's there under that heading. Question 6. Is the statement true or false? An individual cannot have dual cultural backgrounds. This is false. Still under the concept unity and diversity, check under those slides there, the PowerPoint slides. I think most of these questions that were there were just extracted from that PowerPoint slide. Yeah, uniqueness, inclusivity and diversity, or inclusivity and unity, something like that. That's the unit. So, but the heading right there is unity and diversity slide. And then question 7. Is the statement true or false? In education, the recognition of diversity is a threat to unity. It's not a threat, bro. False. Still under the unity and diversity slide concept. Nah? Question 8. Is the statement true or false? Integration should be understood as a process leading to full and equal participation of individuals and groups in society, of which mutual respect for identity is seen as a necessary condition. True. To support that, go to the unity and diversity slide. Same thing. Under the same topic on the PowerPoint. Don't even go to the book. Go to the PowerPoint slides. And then question 9. Is the statement true or false? A lingua franca is not important in diverse communities. False. It is important. Check on those guidelines, South African guidelines guidelines for South Africa from Belgium and the Netherlands slide. Just check right there on those guidelines. It will outline to you that it is important. And then we have question 10, which says, is the statement true or false? In the context of diverse communities, learners need good competence in other languages of the community than their mother tongue. True. This is true. Still under the guidelines for South Africa or from Belgium and the Netherlands slide. So everything was just on the PowerPoint. That's why most people got high marks there, because everything was there on the study unit. Okay, we are going to 11. Let's go to 11. I had the fact that I'm just reading these things. I'm not keeping an eye contact with you guys. You know, I like to engage with you guys. I want to see you all, feel you all. But now I'm just reading. Or should I use the computer? But nah, the focus is just gonna shift all the way. I hope you guys are enjoying this. But yeah, 11. Is the statement true or false? The language development of young children is important, and in this case, the development in the home language should be the major focus. True. This is true. You can check on the study unit still under the same topic, the guidelines for South Africa from Belgium. And question 12. Is the statement true or false? In the logo, unity in diversity, unity refers to the common vision, while the diversity refers to the recognition of unique characteristics of individuals and groups. This is true. Check under the introduction of that slide. The slide under the unity, and inclusiveness. Check under that introduction. The first slide, I think it's written introduction, you will see. Yeah. Just drinking water, bro. I'm broke as hell. It's life. Question 13. Is the statement true or false? Minority groups, the groups that is numerically inferior, possess unique ethnic, religious, or linguistic characteristic, and they wishes to preserve these unique characteristics. It's true. Still check on the introduction there, it's written there. Question 14. Is the statement true or false? Unity is created from diversity, both to the advantage of the country. Yeah, it's true. To the advantage, I support that. The statement that can support this, you'll find it on the Netherlands what and the Belgium slide right there. Guidelines for South Africa from Belgium. I don't want to cover most of the things. If I explain, we're gonna have a 3-hour session. Give get us at that time. Question 15. Is the statement true or false? Unity does not imply the sameness of the whole community, and that diversity implies the disintegration of the unity in the community. This is false. What are they saying? Unity does imply the sameness of the community. It's false. Does not. So if you check under those notes, the guidelines for South Africa from Belgium, it will explain to you or no, unity does not. So just read right there. And then question 16. Is the statement true or false? Cultures can be forced to integrate. False, Baba. Forced to integrate. Enforced integration or mixed cultures does not work. So they cannot. Does not work, my brother. So question 17. Is the statement true or false? Unity is not the opposite of diversity, but the unity of the whole community consists of the sum of diversity of groups. This is true. It's not the opposite. Is the statement true or false? In Belgium, the unity is instituted in the values as recognized by the Constitution, and diversity realized by recognizing the differences in communities. True. Question 19. Is the statement true or false? Mother tongue education is prerequisite for quality education. True. Is the statement true or false? The level of the quality of education is determined by the level to which the target group of a particular education institution can take ownership to a particular school. Take ownership to a particular school. I feel like it's false, but I highlighted what it's true. I feel like it's false. I'm not sure about this one. You guys, you can say something, but I said it's true, not sure. I think I'm saying not sure because ChatGPT said it's true. It's true. So I guess we'll go with ChatGPT. Diversity can be defined as the state of having people from different races or cultures in a specific group in a country. True or false? True. Diversity includes that. It's true, 100%. Question 22. Equity and equality refer to fairness or justice in the way people are treated. True. This is so true, man. Hey, got this multiple. Question 23. One of the ways to create a fair classroom is give learners the opportunity to share their experiences and opinions with each other. That's the only way. These are the options that are there. They are wrong. Give learners the freedom to do what they enjoy. Come on, that's a classroom. It's just gonna be chaos if you give them the freedom. But do not treat all learners in the same. Bro, the correct answer is B. Give learners the opportunity to share their experiences and opinions with each other. And then we have 24. Diversity and inclusion concern a sense of not to belong to a community. True or false? This is false. This is false, bro. Concern a sense of belonging. The statement is saying not belong. These things, they bring up that sense of belonging. So this is false. Question 24 is false. Question 25, finally. One of the strategies to create democratic values in your classroom is establish a culture of communication and participation. That's the correct answer, Bafana. Somebody single out certain languages are wrong. Ensure what wrong. So A is the correct answer. Asbonge bekele bek. Yar. I don't know. What a session. Now we are going to them long questions. Damn, bro. But I like them because they're the ones that long. Yeah, they are a bit challenging. They might be a bit challenging, but they are fit. All the best with this thing. I'm still coming back with the. I'm just gonna cut and then come back. So for multiple choice, it's a straight deal. If you feel like maybe somehow I got something wrong, just drop it on the damn comments. Tell us which one is the right one. Come on. Asbonge. Now we're going to the long questions, section B. Section B, Bafanabak. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yeah, I think I regained my energy. But the boy with the bag is back. So, but I gotta be honest with y'all. When it comes to these long questions, you just gotta study right here. This is unlike whatever I was doing. The multiple choice. I told you guys you can just watch the video. There's no need to apply a lot of pressure. But here, you have to study here. It's a good thing. Allegedly, people have scope, so you can focus on that scope and then focus on those 2 study units. But 2023, they were given 3 options, and 2024, 3 options. I guess later on, maybe we're gonna have 3 options. And then we're gonna choose 2 from those options. Why one? So like Buffet 2, I gotta tell you all the truth. You gotta study here. This one you gotta study. But one thing that I noticed, I'm sure even a lot of people noticed, or 2023, a question was dropped in Malaysia, and the good thing allegedly most scope on that scope. There's a question. Actually, they are saying we must study unit some Malaysia. So I guess somehow they might drop the same question. They might switch here and there. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta study everything, but right here. Like those study units don't even have more than 30 slides. So Nesa Malaysia and the other one, South African education system. They don't have a lot of content. Just study those things. And then you can just balance just to be sure, so that you can be on the safe side. What if that scope is not really, I don't like, but we'll see. So wanapambi. So let me start with let me go to the 2023. Is it this one? Let's go to the 2023 question. Malaysia. Is it here? Where is it? We need you, Malaysia. So 2023. Remember, guys, all those things, all those important, all those topics that go that PowerPoint there, Malaysia, they are important. All those headings that they're important. The topics on that PowerPoint, they are important. All of them. They can ask you a question in the exam. Kadi challenges to Malaysia. What are you going to say if you just studied past exam paper? They can ask you about the geographical what are you going to say? The language and culture. What are you going to say since those things are not there on the previous or past exam paper? So that's what I'm saying. You guys must just be on the safe side. Okay, focus too much on the 1 year past exam paper, but I mean, like, you still have time. Just cover these things. Yeah, you feel like no, they might not pop up on the exam. You know, there's always that question mark exam whereby you're gonna feel, or you're here, right? Kick me. So be ready for that question, Buffett. Malaysia, that question paper 2023, it said, describe the Malaysian education policy system by using the following components. You see, they are saying the following components. What if the following components are these 2025 students totally different from these ones? You never know. Study this and then be on the safe side and cover other things. Education system policy, vision and objectives. Okay. External determinants, socio-economic situation, and demographics. Okay, cool. So education system policy, system and vision and objectives. We have the vision. They say Malaysian education system is guided by the national philosophy of the Malaysian education system is guided by the National Philosophy of Education, which is the NPE. Sharp. The vision emphasizes holistic and integrated development of individuals intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. These are the things that you just gotta know, man. And I understand when people are saying it's difficult, it's challenging. Just read them. Read these things. Know a few of them, at least so that you can get something. But I don't believe in nothing is challenging, guys. If you tell yourself what it's challenging, it's gonna be challenging. So the aim is to produce balanced, competent, morally upright, and responsible Malaysian citizens. Education is designed to enable individuals to contribute positively to family, society. Oh, nice. And nation. These things are easy. Just know these things, Buffett. I don't think I even have to be reading these things like a damn lecture, dog. For what? For what? Maybe I can just outline them to you so that you know these are the visions, these are the objectives. So education is designed to enable individuals to contribute positively to family, society, and nation while fostering devotion to God. Wow. Malaysia. And then objectives. Holistic skills development. The objective is to equip learners with essential skills in a balanced and functional literacy approach. So, don't even know, bro. Even the statement explains itself. So I was trying to think, how can I make it easy for them? But it's easy. Let me just give them these answers. Please, guys, kill this exam, but please. Please, I'm praying for you guys. We said holistic skills development, and then we have national consciousness to inculcate a sense of national unity in a multi-ethnic society, and then economic and national development to produce skilled manpower to support Malaysian economic growth. These are the objectives. And then another objective, value and personality development to instill discipline, responsibility, moral values, and progressive attitude. How do I explain that to you? Let me just read the answers. Lifelong learning to prepare citizens who can adapt to changing knowledge, technology, and and society. Sure. But by faith to the policy, vision, and objectives focus on producing competent, morally responsible citizens who contribute to the nation or to nation building. That's it. And then we have 1.2, the other one. So we outline the vision and the objectives. I don't have to repeat them. You can just go back on the damn video and then check. It's there. So external determinants, socio-economic situation and demographics. Socio-economic situation. Malaysia is one of East Asia's fastest growing economies with rapid industrialization. This is important. This point is important. It is one of the fastest growing economies with rapid industrialization. The economy shifted from agriculture to manufacturing and services by the 2000s. So they moved from the agriculture to manufacturing and services. That's the reason why it is what? Growing rapidly. Government policies such as the 30-40-30 equity, what? These are the sections or what, man? I don't like to be sounding. Okay, equity distribution why am I promoted economic inclusive of the Bamiputares? Hey, is that I hope I'm not butchering that term, bro. While balancing interest of non-Bamiputares and foreigners. Okay, socio-economic disparities exist between Bamiputares and non-Bamiputares, affecting educational access and achievement. So these people, there are socio-economic disparities between the people, the Bamiputares and the non-Bamiputares. Urbanization and industrialization increased demand for education manpower, influencing education policy and curriculum reform. That's just another point for socioeconomic situation. And then let's go to what demographics. You guys are gonna study these things on your own, and I tried fairly because it's like me reading the study unit for you. So Buffy, to just kill these things, maybe the answers. No? Okay, for you to get these answers that I got, don't just use chat and add up your notes, man. Check those notes, even the book there, answer them. Then you can go to check them and see how is it going, are they linking and all that. But let's proceed. Demographics. Malaysia's population is multi-ethnic, consisting mainly of Bamiputares, which are native Malays, and Chinese and Indians. The age distribution, they be writing the percentages of the age here. And then population growth of Bamiputares outpaced non-Bamiputares, creating pressure on educational resources. Damn. Yeah. Cultural diversity influences language in education policies. Malay is the national language, while Chinese and Tamil are taught as subjects. Okay. Where was I? Taught as subjects. Okay. Ethnic tensions and cultural differences pose challenges for national integration and inclusivity in education. These things are straightforward, but fit. Because okay, if you only focus on that, what's going to happen with the other topics? What if they bring the other topics? That's my only chat. So my tip to you all, study everything there on that study unit. There are not a lot. You have demography, which outlines the population. You have your geography, which outlines where Malaysia occupies the southmost peninsula of mainland of Southeast Asia. You have your language and culture, which outlines that Malaysia is a multicultural nation. All the native ethnic group have their own unique languages, but Malay is by far the predominant Putara language. So come on, all these things are very important, guys. And to be honest, I'm not going to cover everything. Sure. Yeah. Give us 2K and then I know doing this thing. I'm just gonna be teaching on that episode. 2K followers, subscribers. Philosophies happen. There are philosophies right there that freedom of own worship is guaranteed under the Malaysian constitution. Also have the economy, which outlines that Malaysia is one of the fastest growing economies. We outlined that one. Our fate distinction fail. You must have the socio-economy, also socio-economy, science and technology, politics, education system, the vision. These are the topics that are important that you gotta focus on. We have the aims, the education system administration, structure for teaching, habits, the continuation, and then we have the challenges that I was telling you guys about. What if they pull up on that exam and then when you are not ready or prepared? So the only thing that you gotta study, everything that is in there, more that PowerPoint. For multiple choice, I provided you with those things. You can just listen and then there's no pressure there. The pressure is only more the long question. Or maybe I'll drop another video. People can just tell me if they want another video, the long question, because I'm like, no. Straightforward, these things. What do I want? I want the one here. Let's see. See here, I even came up with my own questions saying discuss the structure of teaching in Malaysia education system. Highlight the challenges, the main challenges it faces. You see, that's a question that I came up with. I came up with that question by myself. So the challenges, ethnic disparities, centralization, you see, all those kind of things, because they are there. So I'm just formulating questions based on what is there on the PowerPoint. You see, I formulated a lot of questions, man. A lot, just to try and challenge my mind in Jehoram. So, let me see. I'm trying to find something for you guys. If I don't find it, okay, this is Malaysia still. Where is it? And there are other points that I feel like if they pull up more exam on, I would be very happy. Like the one year last year there was a question paper. There was a question paper last year which outlined what values and educational strategies can be used in South African education system to ensure inclusivity and unity. The easiest part. I think this is the easiest topic for this module. Inclusivity and unity, the values and strategies. Obvious, when you go there, you are going equity. You are going for multilingualism, openness, responsibility. What else? Tolerance. They are there, more PowerPoint. And that's what I'm saying. Everything is there, more this study unit. I mean, like even the lecture when he said or no scope, I would have understood if he said no scope for these long questions because come on. Bro, there's nothing there that they can tell you study this, study, unless if maybe let's study the inclusivity, then it was gonna be proper. You imagine, but these ones are okay. So social integrity and justice, that's a value. These values I got them from study unit. Now I'm just wrapping up here. The value still, we have empowerment, harmony and cooperation, unity. That also defined right there on the PowerPoint, on the book. And then the strategy, communication and participation. This is whereby you encourage open dialogue between learners, educators, and the communities. Come on. And then you have role models. Teachers and the community leaders should demonstrate inclusive and ethical behavior so that learners can observe. Literacy, promote literacy as a tool for empowerment and access to opportunities. These are strategies now. These strategies are thing. Equal access, guarantee that every learner, including those with disabilities, has equal access to resources. This is equal access, manager. And then human rights education, integrate human rights principles into the curriculum to build respect and dignity. Now I know when I'm teaching these things, what am I going to be teaching? I feel bad because I'm about to end the session. I feel bad. Lynn, I'm tired. Right now it's around 2 a.m. You can imagine, no man. But still, let's see. These are values, and then okay, still on values. I outlined the strategies. History education can also be used as a strategy to teach or shared national history to promote unity and reconciliation. Religious education can be similar. Anti-racism campaigns can also be a strategy. These strategies are there. More slides there. I think okay. There was also a question that school governing body ensures that effective control can be ensured in South Africa. How can the school governing body ensure that effective control can be ensured in South Africa? So what they do, understanding effective control. Okay, let's see. They monitoring school operations to meet educational objectives, ensuring adherence to policies and laws. This is what the SGBs can do. Promoting accountability, fairness, and efficiency. Without proper control, schools risk mismanagement and poor discipline and financial irregulations. Okay. Key responsibility of the SGB that ensure effective control. Vision, mission, and objective. The SGB defines the school's vision and mission, setting clear goals and direction for teaching and learning and discipline. This creates focus and accountability. These things are there on your books. The book, even the PowerPoint. School policies. SGB establishes and enforces essential policies such as the admission policy, language policy, code of conduct for learners, ensuring fairness, inclusivity, and discipline. Financial management, also, it's one of the these things, they're there. Let me not make the episode too long. If you need another episode, you had long questions, tell me. Because at least perfect, I tried. What do you all gotta say? I tried and I hope you all understood the content that I shared. I don't even want to cover the one-star previous paper because there is a scope, and the scope outlines what I focus on this and that. Now imagine I'm pulling up, I'm telling you all to focus on my own. Don't forget to know the determinants, internal, external, those things. So for each and every study unit that they said you must focus on, your long question, focus on it. You'll see, or when you're writing the exam, or everything is proper, because there's no challenge here. At first I thought it was gonna be a challenge, this EDCC thing, but there's no challenge. Bafanabak. Yeah. Now I have to focus on the other modules, so I have a faith to peace and love. Take care of yourselves and all the best with this exam. If you need something, okay, maybe I can. Bro, I was thinking I can just comment with some answers, but I'm like, these things are there on the PowerPoint, so what's the point? There is no point. So yeah, I have a faith to take care. Damn, bro, I'm tired as hell. Just for these people. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Back talk with the ball, with the back. TBWTB sharp fade. But did we cover the education system? Hey, Monogara, I'm addicted to this teaching thing. Now I don't want to end the. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Oh, wait a sec, man. Here they're saying what? Discuss. Okay, this was another question here in Malaysia. Discuss the structure for teaching in Malaysia education system. I came up with a lot of Malaysians questions, man. Came up with a lot. You guys are going to graduate. Are you aware? Hey, I had people talking about cum laude. I'm like, yo. I all the best, man. Tina Sluleki. I mean, like, it's tough, but fit. Almost Lady Genius alone, but fit. Oh, le chapelle fat. Sing your one, man. Let's see. Okay. Using your own knowledge of education systems theory, discuss the components, elements of the South African education system. This is what I came up with. Actually, it's not what was on that past exam. I came up with this. So definition, obviously you'll define education system. An education system is a sum of all processes, structure and relationships through which the country provides a formal and non-formal education to meet the educational needs of its people. They say that it ensures that learning is structured, managed and evaluated effectively from foundation to tertiary levels. And then types of education system. There are three main types. Remember, we covered these ones more multiple choice. We said there is centralized system, decentralized system, mixed system. So mixed, it combines central and local control features. Decentralized authorities shared between national and regional levels. Centralized, controlled mainly by the national government. South Africa is a decentralized system where provincial departments manage schools but follow national policies. Components and elements of the education system. The education system has 4 major components, each with a specific element that ensures effective functioning. Major components and then elements. The major component, the first one, education system police. This one has elements like vision, mission, aims and objectives, and then policy format. To define these things, you can do that, guys. Vision, the desired future state of the education system. Mission defines how the vision will be achieved through teaching. Aims and objectives specify long-term, medium-term, and short-term goals. Perfect. And then education system administration. This is the second component. Bro, where is that part? This is the second component. It has organizational structure. This is the element. Financial framework and budget. This is the element. These things are there. More your PowerPoints. Communication element. Implementation element. So when you are writing these things, my exam, you don't just write implementation. No, you outline just like implementation. It ensures that education policies are put into practice effectively. And then communication, flow of information between different levels of the system. Come on, kill this exam, Bafanabak. Kill it, ladies and gentlemen. And then the third one is structure for teaching. The element is education level, institutions, curriculum and programs, educators and learners, language and learning, language of learning and teaching, facilities. Education levels, GET, FET, higher education, all those things. Support services, these ensure the effective function of teaching and learning. We say support to learners, counseling, remedial classes, feeding schemes, support to educators, professional development, and then workshops. Support to teaching activities, provision of learning materials and technology. I have a feeling something like this is gonna pull up my exam. You see this South African education system. Some of the things that I outlined there, they might pop up. Perfect. I am not a robot. I'm not AI. Let me leave y'all. I'm feeling bad because this is probably gonna be the last ever video at the EDCC what things you see for students. So peace and love, guys. All the best with them exams. You're almost there. Back talk with the ball with the back. TBWTB sharp fade. We are.
Change your plans. Change your plans.
I don't know what you heard. All I know, I started from the bottom, now we here. Got a lot of haters who just wanna see me dead. Gunshots in the air.